It's Rachel here and it's Angel Monday, yay. So we have the messages for the week ahead from the angels. We're going to be using this card deck, which is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. And also I've dug out my old Ascended Master cards. I haven't used them for a long time for various reasons. So I'm going to pull a card for you from those. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the blocks to being a light worker. I know that so many of you over the last couple of years and decades have awoken to your spiritual purpose. You know you're here for a reason. You know that that you have a divine life purpose, and you also have a strong connection with your intuition, with your angels, with your guides. And maybe you're on that journey of trying to learn exactly what that purpose is and what your gifts are and how to use them. Or maybe you've gone through that and you're trying to create your purpose. You're on the path of either building your career or starting your career as a light worker. And it doesn't matter where you are on the journey. Sometimes we can get stuck, we get blocked, right? We hit a barrier, a ceiling of some kind, and you can feel like, again, questioning, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I meant to be doing this? Am I really hearing my angels, or is it all my imagination? And all it means is that you've hit something that is a fear, an energy inside of you that is creating resistance. So it might be that you're not feeling abundant. You're feeling like you're struggling for money and you're struggling for support, and you're not feeling like you're able to get any further, attract the right clients or get the right money flowing in. Or it might be that you feel completely dimmed in your intuition, like you feel like you've lost that connection, or temporarily it just feels a little bit less than it used to. Or you just might feel completely stuck, indecisive, feeling like there's lots of things working against you and people not being very nice to you, or people ripping you off, or doing things that seem to be holding you back. And all of it is a sign that you just need to work through a block. There's something there that you can't see. It's in your awareness. It's just out on the edge of your awareness. It's coming into your awareness because it's causing a problem that's making you focus on it, right? But it's not, you don't fully know what it is yet. And so what I have to say to you today might really help you with that, because that will help you to figure out exactly what it is that's holding you back and how to clear those blocks. Hi everybody. Hi Tarika and Leah and Cheryl, Paula. I'm so glad to see you. I couldn't see your comments last week and it was a bit frustrating. Hi Jessica. Hi Teresa. So lovely, lovely, lovely to catch you too. Thanks Cheryl and Paula. So I'm going to talk to you about those 3 blocks, and then we're going to pull some cards for the week ahead. What do the angels have to say about the energy? How can they give you advice about manifesting what you need this week to have a really brilliant week with the angels? And how can you clear those blocks that get in our way? So I'd love to know how you're feeling this morning. I'm looking out to a rainy Monday, but it feels sunny inside. I haven't moved to my office yet. I couldn't get my background up, so I thought I'll use this beautiful picture behind me and the crystals as a background. But settling in. So what I wanted to talk to you about is the light worker blocks. Some of them, not all of them, because there's quite a list, and I think you'll resonate with them because they definitely resonated with me, especially when I was in the early days of building my business. But sometimes they come around again, right? They come and hit us again. And just because, you know, as being a light worker, it means that you're empathic, you're sensitive, you have an extra layer of awareness, a consciousness of spirit. You can communicate with angels, you know you can. You're more aware of your manifesting power, and you know on a deep level that you're here to help in some way, that you're here to make a difference. You want to help people, even if it's just your family and friends or people that you meet strangers every now and then. You are a light to them. You work for the light. That's what it means to be a light worker. And not everyone has that. Not everyone feels like they've got this need, this deep purpose to serve. And that's okay. You know, some people, it isn't their purpose this lifetime to do that. They have other purposes, but not that. And it doesn't make them less or worse or better. than anyone else. It's just part of what you've come through with this lifetime. It's really what you've agreed to do. And tell me if you agree with this. When you aren't doing your purpose, when you're not on that path, or you're not feeling it, it feels awful. Like you can feel really stuck. You can feel like life is a bit boring. It's not got any color to it. You feel like you've lost your sparkle a bit. And you have that niggling feeling inside that you're meant to be doing something important, or you're meant to be doing something better or something more meaningful. And you don't quite know what it is, but it just feels yuck when you're in that state. And that's, you know, as much as that's a bad feeling, it's also a good feeling, because it's your soul and your angels and God getting together and niggling at you to get your awareness up, to start this search to open up again to your purpose. Hi, Cara. Hi, Max. Lovely. So one of these, here's the blocks. So one of the blocks is a persecution feeling, a feeling of being persecuted. It can feel like there's people that are working against you. They feel like they're holding you back. You feel like people are picking on you, or you feel in some way that there are forces against you as you're moving forward. Now, I'm not talking about a persecution complex. I'm not talking about a psychological problem. You know, all that can sort of feed into it, but I'm talking about actually genuinely feeling sometimes that you're either not, if you do what you want to do in the world, you're going to get picked on, judged, criticized, people are not going to like it, or you are doing bits of what you want and you can still feel that sense of people are not liking it. They're sort of irritated by it or triggered. Now, that's something that just happens. Like, I think, you know, the Western world at least has a tall poppy syndrome, as we call it in Australia, is that when they start to see people shining their light, they do a kind of let's see what we can do to bring this person down to size. There's that kind of energy, right, where it comes maybe from a place of wanting everyone to be equal, but it also comes from a place of jealousy and fear. People get fearful. So this persecution feeling, I've written some notes here, isn't always in your mind. You know, don't beat yourself up for it. It's something that light workers sometimes carry with them, because we've had lifetimes where we have been persecuted. And so, you know, burn at the stake is a sort of a symbol for all of that. So when you're carrying that with you and you meet it a few times, one, it's good to be aware of it, and two, to clear it, to cut the fear, to cut the cords, to identify what that issue is and clear it out so that you're not attracting it to you. Like, I see it like a big bungee rope, right? When we're carrying an old karmic belief or experience with us, it acts like a bungee rope, attracting matching situations. But you also have to find the courage to step out of that fear and do what you need to do. Shine your light in the world. You know, I see a lot of light workers start their spiritual businesses, healers, readers. It doesn't matter what you do it in a spiritual way, coaches, and then they keep themselves small and hidden. They don't attract the clients they need because they're afraid of being persecuted. So it's not in your mind, but it can actually block your third eye, make your intuition a bit more cluttered and confusing. And it can also block your success because you will put that invisibility cloak on and you won't attract. So that's definitely something that I've encountered a few times. The other thing is poverty, cycles of poverty, scarcity, limitation, feeling like there's not enough for you in the world. And you don't have to be running a spiritual business for this. You might just feel like you're always running out of energy, time, money, supportive people. And that's also something you could be carrying with you in your energy, and it has that mirror effect where it pings something back at you, that same experience over and over again. And you need to clear that consciousness. You can even say, I'm willing to release all of my vows of poverty. I'm willing to release all experiences of poverty and my fears about being limited in any way. And work with the angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, to really help you to let go of that. And it's something that you can clear and you can overcome. And again, it links in right to that fear of being persecuted, because the persecution makes you small, so then you're not earning enough. And lots of light workers go, well, I'm not here to make money, I'm here to shine my light and help other people, and it's not about me. And they justify themselves into poverty and scarcity and limitation because they're telling themselves, I don't really deserve it and I'm not really here for that. But it's actually a problem. It's actually a block that needs to be cleared. And the reason it comes up is to be cleared. So that's another one. Let me know if you identify with these. And the last one I wanted to talk about was imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is, who am I to do what I want to do? Who am I to shine my light? Who am I to be a light worker? Who am I to run a spiritual business or to help other people? Who do I think I am? People will judge me. And again, it links into those other two, but it makes you afraid to step out into your light work. And it means that you're really saying to God and the angels, hold back, stop, I don't want to do this. And you keep delaying it and putting it off. And all of those things will keep you in that sort of dissatisfied, mundane kind of cycle of never really quite reaching the heights and the potential and really expressing your gifts in the way that you can. So I can, this is something I really identify with because it's all the things I've been through in the last 20 years of running this business. And when you get through those things, that's when you make that breakthrough. You start to reach more people. You start to have people saying that you never even realized, gosh, you've helped me so much. And you start to attract the clients and the customers and the abundance that the income that you're ready for. And it's nothing to do with your deservability. That's already a given. You already deserve, you're already good enough. This is what we tend to do. When we're in this cycle, these three things, we go into self-sabotage. So it's like, oh, I don't really need this, or maybe I'm on the wrong path, or maybe I shouldn't do this because it means I'm not good enough, or maybe I need another certificate or another course or another, someone else to prove, to let me know that I'm good enough. But what you really need to do is cut these cords, clear this energy for good, so that you can rise to that place where you can shine your light and be of service in a way that is fulfilling and supportive and holds you. So many light workers burn out because they don't allow themselves to be supported and held and to have the energy coming in that's equal to the energy that they're putting out in the world. So that's just a little insight. Jess, yay, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, and you're out there doing your beautiful work in the world. So these are all things that I can help you with. Now I've got an event coming up in September, which is the Lightworker activation, and we're going to work on all of these things. But just for now, I'll put the link in the comments. Just for now, thinking about your those three things, you've brought them more fully into your awareness, right? You've brought them into the front of your consciousness. They're not hovering out there and just being little sabotaging gremlins. They're in your full presence. Now you can say, I'm ready to let these go. I'm ready to let go of persecution and the core of that issue, wherever it started in this lifetime or any other lifetime. I'm ready to let go of poverty, scarcity, and not allowing myself success. And I'm willing to release all vows, all contracts, all cords that are linking me to that fear that's holding me in, fear of judgment, who do I think I am, and imposter syndrome. And work with Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel to help you to let that go. So I'm going to write a bit of an article about this today. So look out for the blog a little bit later and I'll give you a bit more detail on it. But what I wanted to do is just sort of check in with you. Like, is this something that you would like help with? And imagine if you haven't, just think for a moment. Hi, Leah. Imagine for a moment, if I didn't have these fears and these energies that feel like they're holding me back, because we know that fear is an illusion, right? It's real. It feels real in this time-space reality, material reality that we're in. But if we understand on a spiritual level, in the mind of the divine, they're not real. And that's the same as, you know, any fear that we've got isn't real in the mind of the divine. So if we know that on the spiritual level it's not real, if we can, that means that we can let it go and we can step into the reality, the truth of who we really are, which is our soul self, which is where that fear doesn't exist, where it doesn't hinder you anymore. Because even if there are people trying to hold you back, even if there are seemingly limiting circumstances around you, if you can stand in the truth of, this is not mine, this is not real, I'm letting it go, I'm no longer investing in it, you will start to very quickly experience a different reality. And that's the truth. That's my truth. That's how things have worked out for me. And when I think back to the beginning, when I was living on a can of baked beans and a loaf of bread to last me a week, you know, that's when I first started my business, and my husband had left and he'd taken all the furniture. I mean, persecution, persecution energy all over that. And you know, the feeding 2 dogs and a host of chickens and cattle and horses that had been left behind. And then being able to step into like, no, I'm going to keep going with this. I'm not going to take a part-time job. I'm just going to keep going with my business, and clearing the fear as it came up. And the more I did, the better my business did. It's the truth of how things work for us. And it's what we've come here to do. You know, we're here to serve, yes, but we're also here working out our own soul stuff, the stuff we've carried with us for many lifetimes. And this is the perfect lifetime to do it, right? Because you've got this conflict, this beautiful energy between where you are and where you want to be, this kind of irritation, because your passion for what you want to do is so strong. But and then you've got this sort of the seeming, and it's good to use the word seeming, outside circumstances. Oh, this seeming bill, this seeming problem that I have at the moment, don't give it so much cement, is seeming to hold you back. And then you know, okay, this you've got the motivation, the power, the angelic support, the soul energy, the courage to overcome those problems. And you will, and you will. Right? The only people that don't overcome it are the people that give up and give in to that thought of like, oh, I'm not meant to be doing this. You know, if I was meant to be doing this, it would all be perfect. And that's never true. Teresa, I thought I was going crazy, but you made me understand what's happening. No, you're not going crazy, Teresa. And you know, there's lots of marketing out there right now as well. There's lots of people on the internet that are saying things like, you should be, you know, a multimillionaire after your first year of business, or, you know, that, not that extreme, but pretty much. And I understand what they're doing and what they're saying, because they're trying to help, and they've got coaching programs and they want you to join them. And some of them are genuine and some of them aren't. But that should business is not right, because it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, and you're not. You're not doing something wrong. You're already doing the thing that you're meant to be doing, or you already know the thing, but you've just got to keep walking on that path. And I always say there's always a couple of years of apprenticeship too, right? We have to get good. We've done all the courses. We have to get really, really good. We have to differentiate ourselves. We have to get, you know, we have to have the clients coming to practice on, not practice, but you know what I'm saying, to do the practice with, that you would never learn in a classroom situation. You know, situations where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this problem existed, but I'm going to help this person with it, and I'm going to lean on my angels for support, and I'm going to trust on the guidance that comes through. And the more you do, the better you get, and you build this powerful energy which is stronger than the fear, and you become, you know, of course, a force in the world, a force. Yeah, all makes sense. Good, I'm glad. As I was getting ready this morning, doing my hair, I was thinking about this so much, and I thought this is what the angels want me to talk about today. This is a constant reprogramming each time these thoughts come up. Yeah. It is a constant reprogramming, but you know that when we work with energy and with the angels present, that we don't have to only work with our mind. We have to work with our mind. We can't shortcut that. But as we pull the energy roots out, that energetic energy moves, then we're not trying to fight through the heaviness of the energy of, say, persecution. That's not sitting in your energy as a big kind of heavy black blanket over your energy, so that you have to do twice as much work to mentally work through that curtain to fight it, right? The bread and the baked beans. Yeah, I wrote about the baked beans in my book, My Life with Angels. It didn't do me any harm at all. Rearranged my expectations a little bit. Yeah, it does feel good. Hi, Karen, to step back. Yeah, and so Jessica says feeling stuck is getting out there and practice. Yeah. So, in my programs, we do this thing where we work with each other, or the group works with each other, and then you have to then get into that practical stuff of like, okay, I need to work with people, like when you do a massage course, which I did many years ago. You do 16 hours of clinic practice, so that's great. They set that up for you, and off you go, and you're doing massages on real people in the world. So, is it fear holding you back? Is it who do I ask? But clearing this energy and then asking your angels to bring you people to help you to do the work that you're here to do. All right, my lovelies, I'm loving this this conversation, and I'm going to pull some cards for you now, because I know some of you are here for that too. So every Monday we do this. We pull cards for the week ahead, and I'm using the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine and the Ascended Masters by the person previously known as As I said before, lovely Cheryl, I don't do individual readings on these lives, but you can book one with me on my website. So feel free to keep asking questions in the comments, because I'm happy to answer them, and let's ask. So Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel are the angels of life, purpose, career, business. Like, I invoke them constantly. So let's ask them for guidance today about what we most need to know for this week to overcome our challenges. And what do we need to know about the energy too? Ooh, I love this. Okay, I'm going to pull 4. So some of what we talked about, we'll look for guidance for that too. I can really feel Archangel Michael strongly. Oh my gosh. All right. So the first card this is the 8, which is about abundance, fire, and the 8, you've got the 8 wands zooming here. So this is fast energy. This is letting you know that whatever you're making decisions on, wherever your thoughts are at this time, however you're putting yourself out into the world, whether you're saying I'm willing to release a block or I want to manifest something, it's going to happen quickly. Now, you have to be careful that you're not getting caught up in other people's energy and being pushed or rushed or getting overly mentally cluttered and busy. But there are positive opportunities coming. It's a real sense of feeling like you're moving in the right direction, but just saying, be careful of not overwhelming and overstressing yourself. So take a breath, take a moment. It's Archangel Metatron, who is the angel of ascension, helping us to raise our vibration, which really means moving up in consciousness, which means letting go of the things that are holding you back, the fears, the situations that are hooking into you and holding you back. So Archangel Metatron can help you with this week, showing you to focus on your goals this week. You'll reach your target. All right, look at this. This is the block card. We've got the Knight of Air. So this is where the stress can come in. This is definitely about things moving quickly. So there's a speeding up of energy this week, definitely indicated by these two cards. But again, because this is in the block position, it's like kind of letting you know, don't stress, don't look before you leap, don't rush into things without checking the fine print, making sure that you've got all the knowledge that you need. So everything's going to work out if you stay focused, but you also have to make time for self-care as well. Read the fine print, check with a lawyer, get things checked out. Okay, so don't just assume and leap in. Sometimes we have those little niggling intuitive thoughts that we ignore. I just had a situation like that with someone I was working with. It was just niggling at me. This person just wasn't seeming to be respectful and do the things that I was asking them to do. And then all of a sudden something changed and I realized, okay, all that time I was ignoring that little niggling feeling. So pay attention to the little niggling feelings. The next card is the Five of Earth. Hey, this is really perfect for everything we've been talking about, and it doesn't matter if it resonated with you or not. It's what your thoughts are creating something for you and you're not liking it. It's like you're feeling you're less than in some way. Am I not good enough? Am I too old? Am I too heavy? Am I too thin? Am I too whatever? Your negative thoughts are manifesting something and they're working against you. So this is Archangel Sandalphon. This is also in the tarot a card about money and abundance. It's like you're holding yourself back. Imagine like going out into the world and going, oh, I haven't got any money, I can't have this, I can't have that. But actually you have a stash and you're just not spending it because your belief is in fear. It's in fear of the future, scarcity and limitation. So it's like you can have the things that you want, but you're just not letting yourself have them. You're not asking for help. You're not reaching out. You're just kind of keeping yourself in a bubble of like, oh, I can't move. This is it. This is the way things are going to be. And the angel Sandalphon is saying to you, no, that is not the way it is. Lift up your eyes, get into gratitude and think differently, and you'll notice that everything will change. The outcome card is, oh, I love this card so much. Look how gorgeous. Look at her beautiful dress and her hair, and she's just like queen. This card is about your ship coming in, literally. Look at her. She's standing on the dock. She's no longer in this kind of depressed state. It's the same figure. She's gotten excited. She's brought her energy to the fore. She's brought her creativity up, and things are looking good. So this is time for you now to not just look at what's around you right now and say, oh, this is it, and this is it, and this is it. Is to say long-term planning. Create a picture right now of what you want things to be. I told you, didn't I, a couple of weeks ago? When I was planning this move, which I've had on my mind for such a long time and couldn't work out how it was going to work out. And then I got the information about how I could use a relocation agent. And then I started to talk with them, and then I was a bit kind of humble, and I was like, oh, maybe, I can't ask for too much. And the minute I changed my mind and I said, I want this, I want a long view, I want to look at the ocean, all of this stuff, where my inner fear self was like, you cheeky, who do you think you are? The minute I asked for it, it came. And then within a month, like I just looked in my journal yesterday, and it's a month ago since I was told I was moving. So within a month, I've moved into state. Crazy, but good. It's about asking for what you want and believing, even if it's a tiny little pea-sized bit of belief in what you want. Oh, the final card. Drink more water, hydrate. Now, this card isn't just about drinking water, even though those are the words on it. Look at this. Another queen. Look at her with the leopard beside her. She's in the forest or the jungle because she's got all this beautiful lush greenery around her and a waterfall. And she's Ocean, who is the goddess of water. So maybe I love the cat next to her as well. Again, she's donned her jewels. She looks like a queen, right? She's not sitting in shame and grief and depression. She's shining her light. We've got the cat energy, but we've also got the water energy. So maybe you've got to go to water. Maybe you've got to go and sit by some water by yourself and do some meditating and clearing those blocks and talking to the angels about what it is that you want to create. Call in Goddess Ocean too. And, you know, the cat energy reminds me of Ariel and the lion, which is, you know, we are still in the Lion's Gate energy. And that whole putting out for what you want, because Ariel is about abundance, prosperity, money. There's an infinite flow. There's an infinite flow. We just don't always see it that way. All right. Blessings to you all. It is a beautiful card, isn't it? I'm really glad I got these ones out today. Gorgeous. I'll post that one later. So Robin says she's doing an EFT practitioner course. Good luck with that. My voice sounds deeper than it usually is. Maybe. Maybe my vibration is changing, Robin. It's funny, you know, every time I do a video, like someone told me the other day they were a bit boring, and someone else told me, you know, like there's always something that's different. But I do them off the cuff. I don't do a rehearsal or anything, which is sometimes good and sometimes yeah, it's always good. It's always good because I prefer it that way. Plus, you know, I live on my own, so other than singing and talking to you guys, I haven't actually spoken to anyone else today. All right, my lovelies, I will see you next Monday. I'm about to hop onto Instagram in 20 minutes and do this again. So if you'd like to join me there, you are most welcome. It sometimes comes out differently. Sending you lots of love and blessings. And yeah, just if like Cheryl, you are after a private reading with me, you can do that at rachelscoltock.com. I will put the link in the comments, and I will see you soon. Oh, by the way, Angels at Uluru we've only got one room left now. So and we are closing doors in 9 days. So if you are coming to Angels at Uluru, that one room is waiting for you. Yes, you can bring family member with you if you want to. They don't have to do the course, or if they do the course, then, you know, we split the difference with the room charges. So if you are thinking of coming, this is your final 9 days. We're on the final countdown, Bon Jovi style. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate you. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. I look forward to seeing you every week. Mwah. Have a good week.